Welcome. I'm going to be going live. I am live now, live streaming. I'm going to be pulling some cards for some people. You can read the pinned comment at the top for instructions about that. And I'm going to be talking about some things as well. Hi, soul of my soul. Talking about things as well. Doing some exercises, maybe some fresh perspectives, and reading tarot cards for anybody who wants to buy a mini reading. They're $10. Link in my bio. Dad's Store Notes, Mom55. Hello, thank you for being here. My name is David, and my handle is Davidson Yeager. Davidson's my real first name, but I just go by David for short, or Dave if you prefer. And I am a tarot reader and a mystic. Some of my followers and people in my newsletter recently suggested that I'm a soul whisperer. So anyway, you can listen to me talk here about some different ideas as far as connecting from this experience that we all have. We have this experience of being here as a human being and connecting with something that some people call God or the Tao or whatever you want to call that ground of being, that why is there something and not nothing, and something cannot come from nothing, right? Because without something there in the first place, to say that there's nothing couldn't even exist without something. So nothing is, we can't even grasp the concept of nothing. Even if you try to grasp, sometimes if we try to imagine what nothing is, hi Nada, hi Rashmi, hi Tuni, if we try to imagine what nothing is, we just see, maybe we see black space going on and on and on, but that's still something, right? It's not nothing. So that's what I do. As I said, I'm a tarot reader, and I also, dive into things with just different ways to connect to that knowingness that we all have in our heart that maybe we've forgotten. It's easy to forget because the way the world is, the way that all the different programmings and beliefs that we inherit from being born into this world, into whatever society and culture, things are very, I know for me it was like I always thought when I was younger growing up, everything is very, utilitarian. It's like everybody's just got to have a function. There's nothing creative allowed. There's nothing artistic or different allowed type of thing, unless, you have to be like an electrician or a plumber or a doctor. Everything's got to fit in those boxes, which is fine that we have those boxes. But anyway, let's see if anybody has... Okay, so what I'd like to do is start off with a little exercise. Hi, Susan. And I know that a lot of people I talk to through my newsletter or here on social media, they're facing some kind of challenges, either in their relationship or their career or their finances in some way. There's some kind of challenge. So we're just going to do a little exercise right now that you can take with you, after this when you leave. And it can, if you actually use this exercise when you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed or discouraged about something that's going on, something that's not going your way, something that you're confused about, you'll find that it can actually bring you some clarity. Okay, well, let's just do it. Enough talking about it. Just pay attention for now, just listening to the bell, listen to that sound. Listen to the sound as it fades, just being present with your body right now, noticing any sensations, noticing your breath. Noticing the stillness, the silence around you, even though there are sounds. Without the silence underneath the sounds could not be, because if everything was sound, you wouldn't be able to distinguish the sound of a truck going by from somebody's voice, from an alarm going off, or whatever music, whatever sounds are going on in your environment. Without that silence behind and surrounding all the sounds, you wouldn't be able to distinguish one sound from the other. It'd just be a big, huge, chaotic cacophony of noise. Like when you're in a restaurant and everybody's talking at once and it just sounds like a la 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 la, you know, that kind of noise, right? So, hi Rosie. So that's how you can notice the silence that's always present. All right, so the exercise I want to give today that can be really helpful, it's just like a hot knife through butter. At least in my experience when I use this, when certain things in my life might be, I feel really challenged, or I might feel discouraged, and something, you know, is challenging me and I don't know which way to go maybe, I feel overwhelmed. What I do is, quite often, I'll ask myself, I'll say, and this I'm going to ask you right now, just right now, in this moment, I want you to think about something that something that's challenging you lately, something that's on your mind, maybe a problem, a challenge, an issue. It could be something with family, a coworker, a relationship, a financial situation, or anything, something that you're concerned about. Just allow that to come to mind just for now. And don't judge it, just allow the thoughts and the feelings to come to mind. And just notice that they're there. Okay. So now I want you to check in this moment without going into memory. Okay? Without going into memory and without anticipating or projecting into the imaginary future. I want you to right now check in this moment what is actually here now. Just check for yourself what's true in your experience right now. Without going into memory or imagining the future, what's here now. And I think you'll notice that what's here now is simply whatever is here now, including any feelings and thoughts that are happening, anything in your environment. It's just what's here now. You're not making a story out of it. You're not trapped anymore in that worry. Hey, Mary, you're not worried about what's going to happen. You're just here in this moment right now. And that will, because a lot of the problems are created in our mind. Our mind creates problems. So I'm going to talk a bit more about this as the live stream goes on. I hope it's so one way when you do this. I'm, you know, any feedback that you guys have from that little exercise, take it home, try it. You are at home, but try it next time you feel, you know, any emotions and feelings that might be, or challenges that feel overwhelming. Just say, without going into memory, without thinking about tomorrow or the future, what's actually here now. And it's not to deny that there's not a challenge. It's just to see that right now in this moment, everything's okay. It's actually, everything's okay. It's just the mind making it worse. And when you do that, you actually stop yourself from being able to see a clear solution, or from being able to take action that might be appropriate, that can help you, because you're just wasting energy on worry or anxiety or feeling overwhelmed, and you, poor me, and all that stuff. I mean, it's okay to have a pity party once in a while, but we need to pick ourselves up and, you know, at some point and move on, right? So, okay, so I've got a request to come in here. Coming into my live. I wonder who it is.
Hello.
Hey, who are you?
I don't know. You tell me.
So anybody who doesn't know, this is my wife Mary, and she's joined in here. Oh, and now it looks like a lot of people that follow her are joining in, so they probably already know her. Yeah. So how can I help you today?
Well, I actually have a question. I do. I have a question. I just wanted to
Okay.
ask something. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm feeling like really kind of scattered and a bit of Seven of Cups right now. I mean, I'm talking tarot with you because, it's what we do.
Hmm.
And I was wondering if you could pull a card for me, if you can, or if you give me a
Sure.
message or anything like that. I just felt
Right.
that you had
All right.
that message for me right now. So,
Okay.
yeah,
So
what do I
positive
need to know?
guidance. Positive guidance. What's in Mary's highest good to know right now? Positive guidance. What's in Mary's highest good to know right now? And actually, what I want you to do is just say stop when you feel like saying stop, since you're in here and you can talk to me.
Stop.
Okay, so I'm cutting the deck on behalf of Mary.
Hmm.
Okay, so actually right now what's happening is you're changing, you're going into a new chapter. Just change. Okay, it's like a change of season. And
Yeah.
it might be a little bit disorienting right now because things are
Tell me about
changing.
it.
And it's new. It's like changing
Mm,
from it's changing from spring into summer, or
yeah.
from winter to spring. It's a completely different change of scenery. So,
Yeah.
but it's also it's leading to really good things. It's a positive change. Okay,
Hmm.
because the card that came up, and I'm going to describe it, even though you know this card, but I'm going to describe it
Mm.
for everybody else. So sorry about the glare from this little light. My office is pretty dark, so I definitely need a
I need
light
my
inside
glasses
too.
so I can find them.
Um, so you can see it's called the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is in
Oh,
tarot is a
okay.
major. It's what's called a major arcana card. What that means is that it's a force that, like, there are forces that are larger than us that shape our lives too. Maybe, like, for example, the culture you're born into is a force. The family you're born into and things like those are things that are kind of like beyond your control in a certain way. Okay, so
Hmm.
the major arcana cards are kind of forces that are bigger beyond our control, whereas the minor arcana, what are called the minor arcana, we have some influence over those energies. We can work with them and shift them a bit and change them. This is more like we can choose our attitude to how we respond to
Hmm.
them. We have the choice to how we're going to respond to this change. So for you, what I'm feeling intuitively about what you're going through, saying you're feeling scattered and not quite yourself. Well, first of all, it's because of the change. The wheel has changed into a new
Hmm.
season. Okay. But also because what you need to do is allow that change instead of now. This is how tarot can be helpful, because now you're realizing that now's not the time to fight the change. You're
Hmm.
getting a confirmation here that it is changing. So when you know that,
Hmm.
you can, instead of fighting that change and questioning it and going,
Hmm.
why am I feeling this way? Why are things not feeling the same as always? Why is,
Hmm.
you know, instead of fighting that, you're going to go, oh, okay, I'm going through, larger cycles are changing right now. I'm going to, in some ways, a new chapter in my life, new phase.
Hmm.
And so rather than fighting it, I'm going to allow that change to happen. And the more that you
Right.
can allow that change to happen, the more that the wheel can carry you. Instead of like a
Hmm.
wheel, think about it. Wheels are on cars, they're on bikes,
Right.
and we want to allow the wheel to carry us instead of like driving, putting your foot on the gas and driving, but at the same time putting your foot on the brakes at the same time by saying, oh, why am I going through this change? What's going on? This is scary. But when you're aware that actually the change is meant to be happening right now, it's part of the
Hmm.
tapestry of the web of life that you're a part
Hmm.
of right now, that you're woven into, of your
Right.
energies, then you can relax with it. And it's a good change. It's a positive change. The Wheel of
Hmm.
Fortune, as you know, is usually a positive. It's an expanding. Something is expanding because it's associated with the planet Jupiter, which is associated with expansion, and some people traditionally even associate it with luck, right? So
Hmm.
does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I noticed that you said we, so I was just thinking, okay, me and you, when you said that, or
Oh, you know
we're
me.
going through changes, and
When I went through that my yoga teacher training years ago,
yeah.
I've learned that way of
Well,
speaking
that's why I
so
got
that
kind of said, oh
you
yeah,
don't
we
step
definitely
on
went through
people's
changes.
toes so much.
Mm,
Yeah, you are
right.
going through the change. You are going through the change. It's got nothing to
Yeah.
do with me. It's your reading specifically. Although
Yes,
there
that's
may
so
be
true. Oh
messages.
my God, that's so true. Yes.
Yeah,
OMG, that is so true. Because I almost feel resistant towards it. I feel like I shouldn't, I need to do this. And, it's kind of like beating myself up over it and saying, no, you can't have that time for yourself to, to just figure it out. It's something minor. It's just a minor thing. But anyways, that was
yeah.
so helpful. OMG,
Excellent.
thank you so much, honey. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, if you see the message pinned at the top, you'd like a 3-card mini reading. It takes about 3-4 minutes. They're $10. Link is in my bio. And let's move on. All right, honey, I'll see you soon.
I'll see you later.
So, oh, just getting caught up to what's happening. I'll try to wave to a few people here. Yeah, so in the meantime, as I was talking about, I was speaking about being in the now, because being in the now is where you can only create when you're here now. When you are stuck in the past, and by that I mean worried about the future. When you're worried about the future, it's because you're stuck in the past, because you're taking a memory from the future and projecting it in, a memory from the past and projecting it into the future. So you're actually not even here now, although you are here because you're worrying now, but you're worrying about an imaginary future from the past. So you can't be creative because you're just repeating patterns from the past. So the only way to allow creativity to bring you a new solution is to be here now. And in my life, being in the now is the biggest thing. And tarot really helps me as well. Because when I do a reading for myself, which I do, and I journal as well, I've been doing that for many years, more than 20 years now. It helps me to see things that I might not have been aware of. Like maybe my ego wants to push, and I think I need to be pushing right now. And instead of pushing, it's actually I should be laying back a bit. Everybody hears that saying nowadays, lean into it, lean into it. But in my experience, it's more like lean back. Because when you force and push, yeah, you have to be proactive. You have to take action, but more fluid action. Just think about when you're playing a sport, or you're dancing, or you're crafting if you're a crafter, or you're playing a musical instrument if you're a musician, or you're gardening, something like that, where you're just, even though there's effort and think of those times when you're in the flow, you're really in the zone with it, and you're just flowing. You're just doing it. You're not forcing it. Do you see what I mean? So being in the moment is yeah, you're using effort and energy, but it's flow. It's flow energy. It's not resistant energy like I have to, I should, I must, like that. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So let's see. We've got a reading signed up here, Rosie, and I need to breathe through. I feel like something is blocking me. Okay, let me find Rosie. Rosie just purchased a mini reading. Rosie, are you here? Can you just give me a comment just to make sure that I know you're here before I start reading, so that I know that you see it? Just say hi, or I'm here. My phone seems stuck. Okay, there's Rosie. All right, good. Okay, so I didn't want to start the reading without making sure that you're here. And excellent. So this reading is for Rosie. And Rosie's question is, I need a breath. I need to breathe through. I feel as if something is blocking me. Okay. Positive guidance. What does Rosie need to know about what might be blocking her and how she can free herself from that block? or start to dissolve that block. Positive guidance for Rosie's highest good. What does she need to know? She needs to breathe. She feels as if something is blocking her. Positive guidance. Okay. So I'm cutting this deck on behalf of Rosie. Right away I get, it's something from the past. It could be, who knows how old, but there's a sadness from something that's involved with this. That, sometimes our heart is wounded. It's hard to, we have to heal something in order to move forward again, because we feel like, oh, what if I get hurt again? What's the point of trying that again? Okay. What the cards are saying, I'll show you the cards after, Rosie, but what they're saying in a nutshell is you recently began to feel some hope about your life situations, and some kind of hope has come in, whereas before you felt maybe you didn't feel that hope. Now you're feeling more hope recently, and it's to do with something to do with the past, nice memories from the past, or I feel like it's people that are connected to your past in some way, somebody who's connected to your past. And the solution to moving forward is clarity. You're going to get an influx of clarity is going to be coming your way. It's going to be challenging though. In tarot, we have different instruments. We have wands, which are inspiration, receiving from the spiritual world, inspiration and creativity. And we have cups, which is more like our emotions, feeling our emotions in our depth. And we have swords, which we need too. We need our swords, not to cut people, but to cut past, to cut through things. They're like our words, our communication, our way of our expressing ourselves. And we need our sword too to protect ourselves sometimes in certain ways, right? And then we have pentacles, which are things to do with the earth, taking care of our resources, our finances, our health, our home, anything physical in the physical world that we need, our resources. Okay, so here's what it's saying is in the future, you're going to get that clarity, but it's going to be a challenge. It's a new beginning right now coming up for you, Rosie. It's an opportunity for a new beginning, but you have to grab it. Okay, it's something that you have to grab. As far as something blocking you, that's just, you're just going to have to work with that. Look at that block, get quiet and just look at that block and realize it's a pattern. Not to say it's easy. It's not easy when we feel, there's a wound from the past that's there, and we feel afraid maybe to take that risk, to take that chance. It's not easy, and I'm not saying it is, but just to keep reminding yourself that it is only a thought and a pattern. What I would suggest for you to do is, every day that you can find, I know you're probably extremely busy, but just find a couple minutes where you can be alone, even if people are around, just by yourself in a corner somewhere. Just, you can be alone and just breathe. Just put your hand on your chest, on your heart, or if you feel self-conscious, people are watching, just, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, and look at that block. And the breathing, focusing on the breathing while you look at the block will give you some distance from the block, and you'll be able to see that block. And you won't be unconsciously believing it so much anymore. You'll be able to start dissolving it because you'll step back from it a bit, and you'll realize it's something that was put into you from the past that no longer serves you. Okay, and breathing in itself also stimulates the energy throughout your body and starts to shift things, creating new cells, new patterns in the brain, something you have to grab that opportunity. So in the past, this is showing you are protected. The star card, very fortunate, strong card, saying you are being filled from larger forces above. You could say angelic forces, however you want to believe that, are giving you that hope right now that seemed gone for a while. And this is showing, the next card was the Six of Cups. This is people and places and situations from the past that are influencing you in some way. Okay. And the near future and the solution is the Ace of Swords. And this is where I'm saying you have to grab that opportunity. Aces are opportunities for new beginnings, but Ace of Swords means that there will be some challenges to get that new beginning going, but you can do it. The power is in your hands. You have to believe that you can do it. So I hope that was helpful. And you know, I'm always here. You can always ask other questions, like, you know, on my comments and DMs and stuff like that. And just, so hopefully make that connection with those cards specifically to your situation, and, you know, think about how that connects with you, and that will help to create a shift as you move forward. All right. So thank you so much, Rosie, and I'll talk to you again soon. And excellent. Okay. I think I just saw another reading here. Yes. Okay. So, oh, Jade. Okay. And Jade, if you're here, if you can just leave me a comment as well, just to make sure that you're still here before I start reading. Okay. You're welcome, Rosie. Thank you. Someone from past or somebody new. Okay. Okay, got it. Got it. All right, so this reading's for Jade, for Jade's highest good. Asking for positive guidance for Jade's highest good. What does Jade need to know about love? Who is coming towards her in love? Is it someone from the past, or is it somebody new? Positive guidance for Jade. Who is coming toward her in love? Is it somebody from the past, or is it somebody new? Positive guidance for Jade. Who is coming toward her in love? Is it somebody from the past, or somebody new? Okay, cutting the deck on behalf of Jade. Who is coming toward her in love? Someone from the past or someone new? Let's find out. Right now, already off the bat, I'm getting that, you know, you're feeling stuck. You can't move forward yet. You're still, there's something holding you back from making it. It's a decision that you need to make to move forward, whatever way that is. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is, right now, you're still healing. You're still healing, Jade. There's been a disappointment that really hurt you in the past, in the recent past, and right now you're getting your own strength back. You're building your own independence and strength back. You are doing a great job doing that, by the way. It's saying you're doing a great job of building your strength back and pulling your energy back into yourselves, pulling those parts of your soul that's been lost and trapped in different places, pulling them back to you and pulling your power back where you may have given it away in the past. And that right now, though, you're just evaluating. In the next little while, you're just sort of evaluating what you really want, what your values are. What do you really want out of? They're saying, when I say they, I mean my guides and your guides. They're all in communication. That or intuition, however you want to word it. You know, these are all just pointers, all these words, because we can't put the incredible what life actually is into words. But it's saying that you are going to need to evaluate who you are, what you're looking for, what is it that you really want out of a relationship, what are your even your deal breakers, what are your uh, those kinds of things. They're saying that you're going to be putting your thought into that, and that's what will lead to um, healing your heart. Okay, that's what, because maybe it doesn't feel like it right now, but your heart is still hurting, and and you by you can write down what is it that you're looking for, who do you want to be to bring. When we say if love is an important value in our life, but we're so conditioned to want to get love from the other person, and we're always going to be disappointed because that other person maybe doesn't know how to give it the way we want, or what was said, or even vice versa, we don't know how to give them exactly what they asked for, because what they said just went over our heads somehow. We didn't quite get what they meant. So whereas what we can control, we can't control how that other person is, but we can control how loving we are, and how we can set boundaries for ourselves as well. That includes loving ourselves and asking for what we want as far as what we need, and not settling. And all this stuff, I'm sure, anyways. But as well, like I said earlier, being aware of what those specific deal breakers might be, where we would, if we committed, and a lot of, I feel that you're doing a great job. Intuitively, what I'm getting, Jade, is that you are doing a great job. It's that you just need to be patient, because the right guy is out there. So I guess I'm answering your question by saying it's somebody new. But first, you need to heal from the old first, okay? In order to attract somebody who's ready to commit. Because the guy from the past, I feel he wasn't quite ready. He just was too wounded. I feel like it's his relationship with his mother. I know we've done a reading about it, but I don't remember details of readings after a while, because I do so many. And plus, when I do a reading and I open up my chakras, and then when I finish the reading, I close things down, and I have to move on with my own life, type of thing. But I feel that it was something to do with his mother relationship, and a lot of guys that have those mother issues, and there are a lot of them. Not judging mothers either at all, just saying it's a complex that creates a fear of intimacy a lot of times, or those kinds of things with some guys, and that's hard for if he's looking to be with a woman, that's hard for her. Okay, yeah. So that's what it is. But that's what you're evaluating, Jade. You're reevaluating that you're not going to settle, and you're going to be more aware and more honest with yourself this time, because you have so much love to give, and you want to give this love. So you've kind of gone, okay, maybe this, and there has been the connection with the guy, and you thought, okay, I'm going to give my love. I'm going to go all in and give that love to this person. But they haven't been ready. And you even saw the signs at the time, but you sort of chose to ignore them because you wanted to give the love. And that's natural. We're made of love. We want to give love. We want to give love to people. But what happened was, this time what's happening is you're not going to settle. You're going to be a little bit more cautious before you. It's not that you're not going to be open-hearted. You're not closed. You're not at all. But you're just going to be a little bit more discerning, and you're going to see things more quickly on the other person, where you can notice it, and then you realize you don't want to go there before you get hurt. And you're going to be able to, through that, the universe is going to start to get that information that you're putting out, not just in thoughts and in images and imagining, but actually the vibration you're putting out is going to attract the person who is ready to commit. So the cards that came through, this is your hurt and disappointment in the past, the Five of Cups in the recent past. Okay. This is you now. You are working on your independence and being strong and being independent on your own, standing up on your own 2 feet. You are You're doing great. And this is saying you need to be patient though, and reevaluate. You reevaluate before you before this person comes. And I another card came out just by chance, and this is saying, you know, this is from the past. The heartache is still there. It just means that you're still healing that, and that's the only reason you need to be patient, as well as to show the energy of what you're looking for. So I hope that helps, Jade, and keep me posted as always. Keep in touch, and sending you positive energy and positive thoughts. So, okay. Now, oh, Rashmi, looking for general guidance. Sure, let's do that. Okay, so yeah, I can do quick little one sort of sentence readings here. Because if I, you know, the reason I do it this way is because it takes energy to read, and it has to be that exchange to feel, you know, I can't just give my energy away type of thing, if that makes any sense. Okay, but I'm here to serve. That's what I'm here for. I love to help people find those shifts and the transformation that they need in their lives. So positive guidance for Rashmi. Let's see what comes up. Positive guidance for Rashmi. Positive guidance for Rashmi. What does Rashmi need to know? Okay. Well, it's saying there's a man in your life who is still too much in his head. He's stuck in his head, and he's kind of got an armor around him. He's not opening up. And again, I think, if I remember now, and I don't want to say too much, he might have some issues with his mother as well. Okay, so this card's coming up. This is a man in your life right now, and you can see he wants to love, but he's kind of blocking himself off from him. There's a lot of metal and armor, sort of looking silver, hard stuff around him. So he's not ready to be, you know, to soften and open up to that, you know, being vulnerable in a relationship. That's what that's telling me. So that's the general guidance, Rashmi. I hope that helps that and connects with you, that this man is not quite ready yet. He's still in his head. He hasn't found this yet. So I wish I could tell you he has. I really wish I could tell you he has. Oh, you're welcome, Jade. You're welcome. Thank you too. Love is always simple. Hi, intuitive goddess Shanti. You're welcome, Rashmi. I hope that was helpful, and oh, I'm glad. Love is always simple. Sure. Any messages for Love is Always Simple on love? I can only do this for a little while too. I don't know if you guys know, but a couple weeks ago I did a live and I did a ton of these. And what happened, because I need different glasses for different things now. All my life I never needed glasses, and suddenly at the age of 40 I started needing them for reading, and now it's been like a long time since then, and I need different glasses. So I'm looking at my phone, I need these glasses, and then when I look at my cards I actually need a different set of glasses. And I had this major, a couple weeks ago, this major migraine like I've never had in my life. I couldn't even move, and I realized it was because my eyes had gotten strained, and that's what triggered the migraine. Anyway, long story short, I've ordered a new pair of glasses that they're not here yet, but they'll allow me to look at my phone and look over here and do the detail work of the phone and look at the cards without straining my eyes so much. And I'm looking forward to that. It'll make these live streams a lot easier for me. Okay, so love is always simple. Positive guidance for love. Yes, I do. I absolutely do letting go sessions still. It's on my website. If you see my link in bio, under healing. Under healing. Positive guidance. for love is always simple about love. Positive guidance for love is always simple. Okay, well, whatever's going on, love is always simple, is there is a man involved, and I feel like he's from your past or present right now in some way connected to you. You'll have to put this part together for yourself, because we can't talk and dialogue back and forth like if we're doing a reading, a private reading type of thing. But this is him, okay? King of Pentacles, somebody who's grounded, believes in hard work type of thing, very down to earth, practical, and really believes in hard work to achieve things, and frugal maybe, just values the material side of life in a certain sense, in a good way. Anyways, this man is connected with your love life in some way. I don't know how, but at the same time, I'm getting that there's something you're waiting for. There's been some progress, but you're still waiting for your ships to come in. Maybe he's, not quite available yet, or something from his past is holding him back, but it's something like that. We'd have to do a reading in order to get more into detail, but I hope that helps and makes sense. You have to connect those dots with your own situation, what I just said, but this man has something to do with your love life in some way. Okay, so I think that's about it. I don't see anybody else asking anything. Once again, thank you so much. Oh, he isn't available. Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense. That's what I said, is, it's sort of waiting for your ships to come in. Sense of waiting for that. You might be waiting for a while for him. No contact with him. So yeah, my best advice is just to surrender right now. Don't necessarily you can't forget your feelings if you feel that feeling for someone necessarily, but at the same time, don't stay stuck there because you want to open yourself to all possibilities. Just try making the affirmation to the universe: I surrender to whoever is in the highest good for me. Don't make it a specific person, because if you limit yourself to that person, they might not be the right person, then you're going to block off somebody who might be the right person who the universe wants to bring to you. Okay, so hi, Light Love 7. So that's what to do with that. Okay, so I'm just going to actually, before I sign off here, I'm going to pull a card for everybody who's still here. Yeah, waiting chance, sure, but if he's meant to be, he'll still be there. You know what I mean? Sort of move on. Like, move on in the sense of, like I said, with that affirmation, just use that affirmation to help yourself to move on, of being completely tunnel vision on him. That's all. I'm not saying forget him. I'm just saying don't have a tunnel vision. Try to work with that tunnel vision to be open to other possibilities. If they are meant for you, they will come. And, you look back, it's like anything you look back at with hindsight, you understand better. Your life is understood better when you can look at hindsight. When we're going through it, we might not understand why we're going through something that might seem conflicted or frustrating, and we can't figure it out. Why isn't it going this way, or whatever? But, in the future, we look back and, I see why that happened, Oh, that person broke up with me. It broke my heart. But now, if that's for my example, for example, I wouldn't have met Mary, just as an example. So, I'll try to save this. I don't like to save these live streams because it takes up a lot of, it doesn't help my account, for one thing, on Instagram, because very few people will look at this because it's so long and it's intermittent. It's not like a quick, reel or something like that. But plus, I don't want it to be I want it to be somewhat exclusive, so that, but I may, do it at other times, on other days, if my schedule opens up. We'll see how that goes, because I'm busy doing other things. I have, scheduled clients, like before this, even I had a client before this for a private session. And I have that going on every day, and I, creating content itself, just in itself sometimes is a lot of work. And, then you have to do some exercise, shower, make meals. You know how it goes. But I'll consider it. Thank you for asking, and I'm glad you appreciate these live streams. Okay, so just a card for everybody that's here. What does everybody need to know? What do we need to know right now? What can help us move forward this week? What can help us move forward this week? What do we need to know? Positive guidance. What can help us move forward? What do we need to know? Just keep chipping away. Just keep chipping away. Whatever it is that, I kind of felt really discouraged myself for a while this morning. Feelings of discouragement came up, and I looked at it, but I was able to, with certain tools, I was able to clear that a bit and just move on with my day. And I've actually accomplished quite a bit today. I worked out. I got some work done on my website. I made lunch. I had a personal client for a while. Now I'm here doing this. I've got some other things I'm going to do. So I'm just saying, and this is not ego at all. I'm just trying to give an example of, chipping away just each day. What do you have to do today? What actions can you take? Just keep doing that. Be process oriented. This is the thing with goals. We have a goal. We want to reach a certain goal. But the thing is, if we keep looking at that goal too much, we miss the steps we need to take in between, and we don't even appreciate the steps. It's like people now, everything's so much plastic and credit card. It's just the way it is. But now we buy something, we don't even I used to save money. I still do as much as I can, but it depends what the item is. There's certain things like big ticket items, you don't have much choice sometimes. But I'm just saying, I used to save money. And when I was a kid, I used to get a job, a part-time job, doing whatever to make money, shoveling snow or whatever, and then buy whatever it is that I wanted, and you get that joy. The joy is in the process. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm a really high level, and again, not ego, I'm just saying, I've been playing music since I can't even remember when I didn't play music in my life, and I've had a lot of training with it as well. All that, that process, it didn't happen easily. I earned it, and that joy of being able to express myself musically, I can enjoy now. Whereas I show that to people that I've worked with. Same thing. Imagine you were trying to swim across a big lake. If you're always looking at the other side, and you're swimming, and you're gonna have your head up, and your feet are gonna start dragging in the water, and you won't be able to swim. Whereas if you focus on your stroke and your breath, and your stroke and your breath, because that's what you need to do, one step at a time, one stroke at a time, to reach your goal of the other side. Sure, you need to once in a while check how you are with your goal. Maybe you need to alter your course. Maybe you need to shift a bit. That's the tricky part, because you do need to be aware of what your goal is without over focusing on it, so that you can take that each step process of each day. What do you need to do? So back to the card. This is the card, 8 of Pentacles. You can see, just take, sometimes the picture, as the old saying goes, a picture says 1,000 words. Just look at this picture. He's chipping away. He's working away. He's just crafting away. He's just taking action, doing what he has to do. What does he have to do today? He's totally focused in the flow of what he has to do. He's producing. And some of you, by the way, this has another meaning sometimes in tarot. It can mean if you work for yourself, for example, you may be getting a new client, and if you are working for other people, or you're a freelancer type of thing, you're getting a new gig, that type of thing. It can also mean that. But overall, it just means keeping your eye on the ball, chipping away each day, staying in process, not worrying too much about the end result, letting the fruits come of their own accord as they do. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys around Instagram. I'll be back next week, sending positive vibes. Talk again soon.